Hi guys, it's Anne here, and today's video is an inventory video. So I was inspired by Rebecca from Panning and Stuff to go through an inventory of all of my different makeup products. So this video is not intended to be a declutter, it's not really intended to be an in-depth collection video. It's really just to give myself a high level of what I have and how much of each category that I have, particularly because I obviously want to buy stuff all the time. I think we all want to buy stuff. There's new shiny stuff all the time, and I feel like I need to go through what I have in every single category to just get a better feel of what I have, and if there is something that I'm interested in buying, does it make sense to buy it, or am I, just adding to a mountain of products that I'm just never going to get through, if that makes sense. I obviously have, more than enough for one person, but because I am on YouTube and I want to try stuff, I want to balance. I want to balance having, things that I want to use and can use, as well as trying out and testing new products, which is a very delicate balance. It's very difficult. So hopefully I can do this all in one video. If not, I will split it into two videos. So we're just going to try and do this sort of in order of how I apply makeup. That's basically how I'm approaching it. I am not including lip products in this video because I did an entire video of lip products. I will link that below. But I will include in this video lip balms and lip liners, which is something I did not include in the lip products video. I will stop blubbering and we will get started. So the first category is primers. In this category I have 11 primers. 3 of them are minis, so this is a mini, this one's a mini, and this one's a mini. This one is actually a backup of this one, which is almost done. I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish that in the next week or so, probably even less. I have to take the cap off to actually try and get the product out, so I'm definitely squeezing that out. This one also I did, a good effort of trying to finish this one last year, so I don't think there's a whole lot of product left in this one either, and this one is definitely like half full, so I'm comfortable with this. They're all very different. This one's like a pore filling, so is this one and this one. This one's illuminating, so is this one. They'll have like different purposes, so the 11 primers I have, I am comfortable with this category. I also wanted to note that I am doing some spring cleaning right now. That's also what motivated this. So depending on where things land after this video, I will maybe do a little video of how things have been tidied up and organized. I try and keep things pretty simple. I definitely could use some new makeup storage, but I'm purposely not trying to buy any right now because I feel like if I buy bigger storage, it will just be motivation to add more things to fill that storage. Anyway, this is the foundations that I have. This one's actually a foundation mixer, but I'm just including it with this. So I have one foundation mixer, which is plenty for me. So again, these are all the foundations I have. I have 2 minis here. I have some samples of things too. I'm not including any sort of like samples, like little packets of samples. But if I have a mini that's a reasonable size, I am including it in the count. At the moment, I have 10 foundations. I'm comfortable with this number. However, there are a few foundations in here that I really need to get moving out of the collection so I can move on to some hopefully better foundations. Specifically, the Ordinary one I don't really like. This one is okay, it's just not the right shade for me. This is why I use the mixer. I'm trying to breathe new life into this. I'm starting to like this a little bit better. It definitely makes a difference if my skin is better. If I'm having a good skin day, I like it. If I'm having a rough skin day, this just compounds problems. This one's brand new to me. I want to do a review video on it. And this one's really interesting because I just got this one in November and I've already plowed through quite a bit of it. And I'm pretty sure I've plowed through quite a bit of this one too, but you can't see it. So in summary, I have 10 foundations and 1 foundation mixer. This is the concealer category. I have 8 concealers, which seems like a lot, but majority of them are actually mini size or deluxe sample size. The only full size ones are the NARS one, the Catrice one, which is new to me, and the NYX one. I am trying to pan this one I need to get using these ones a little bit more. I've used these two quite a bit. I sometimes use this one. I've barely used this one at all. This one may go the way of the dodo. I'm really not sure if I can make that one work. I did a review of those concealers, and it's almost like a case of Goldilocks, whereas these ones are kind of too dry, and this is too emollient. This one's, in my opinion, this is the brightening one, which used to be, I don't know what it used to be called. I know this is the one that Emily Noel talks about. Yeah, these ones are just too dry, and this one's too emollient. This one's like the best texture. It's a similar product to this one, whereas the next one is a bit, in my opinion, the next one is not as creamy. It's more of an oilier base, but it still works. They just have a slightly different texture. So yeah, I have 8 concealers. I hope I can move a few of these out and test some more concealers this year. Before I take these away, I need to mention that I do have one concealer at my office. It's a dual-ended Physicians Formula one with the yellow concealer on one side and like a peach concealer on the other side. It's pretty done. It doesn't have a lot of juice left in it. It's pretty dried out, but I am just trying to keep using that and use it up as much as I can, and I'll probably replace it. I had been bringing this one to work as well, so I'll probably replace it with this one. So technically I have 9 concealers. I don't know where to put this. It's the only color corrector I have, so this little guy gets his own little category. It's the Physicians Formula color corrector in green. I actually do really like this when my face is super red. It does help doing a sort of thin layer of this after I do my primer and before I do my foundation. I find it does help sort of dilute the redness a little bit, but you have to be very careful on how you use it. I really just try and sort of draw it on my face and thin it out with a brush or my fingers. And yeah, so this is one color corrector in green. These are my pressed face powders, and this is a category that I definitely would like to whittle down to maybe 2 or 3. This category I have 7, and I say 7 because this product actually has 2 face powders in it. It has a matte one and a glow one. I'm including it sort of in the individual one instead of the face palettes because it really is only 2. So yeah, I'm panning this one. This one also has a significant pan that I would like to try and finish that up this year. I'm going to be honest, I don't really love this one, so it's been a bit of a chore to pan. I'm not sure what to do about that yet. I kind of wish I had picked this one maybe to pan, or this one. I know I really like this one. This is the Clinique one, and yes, this packaging is weird. It's a sample package. For pressed face powders, I have 7, and I definitely do not want any more. This is the loose face powder collection. I feel like I've done a really good job in keeping this one under wraps, particularly because I'm trying to pan this one. And it's getting there, and I really am trying to hold off on buying any other powders until this one is panned. Although I did buy this one, convince myself because it was different. This is the Marcel face powder. It's supposed to be a luminous face powder. It has a bit of luminosity, like it's definitely not mattifying. It's a very peach toned powder. I don't know if this will show up on the camera, but so there's that one. And then there's that one. Like, I think you can see the difference between the colors. And then this is the Hourglass one, which I absolutely love. That one actually has a bit more of a yellow tone to it. And then this loose powder is this HD powder. I think I got this in an Ipsy at some point. I don't use it too often. I find I like it because it does help minimize pores, but if I get it too close to my under eyes, it makes my under eyes like super crepey and wrinkly. It makes me look like I'm 80, so that's why I don't use that one that often. So for loose powders, I have 4 loose powders per face. Guys, I'm not sure if I really like the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Just kidding. Obviously, I love it. It's the only setting spray I have right now. This was in a 2-pack. This one is like actually almost done. And I'm pretty sure this is just a mini, and I'm pretty sure I filled the mini with some of this, or from a previous version. So this mini, like I just reused that bottle over and over again. So technically I'm counting this as having only 2 setting sprays. This is the category where I am interested in a couple of the products. For example, the new Anastasia Dewy Set Mist, as well as I'm contemplating rebuying the MAC Fix Plus. I had a mini of it and I really didn't get it. I don't really know what it is that people love about it. And I feel like maybe if I buy a full size and really give it a proper go, I will at least have a better, more full-formed opinion of the product. So for now, I have 2 setting sprays. Here's my category for eyeshadow primers. I have 4 eyeshadow primers. This came in a 2-pack. This is obviously like glitter glue, so it's a little different. And then this is the one that I've been using most regularly. I would say it's about 2/3 done. Maybe half. I think it's definitely over half done. So this one will probably be done by end of this year, but eyeshadow primer lasts forever. The only thing in this category that I can consider maybe purchasing might be testing out a drugstore eyeshadow primer. I've been kind of looking at the Milani one, and then I think CoverGirl has a new one that some people have said is pretty good. So I would be interested in trying a drugstore eyeshadow primer. For eyeshadow primers, I have 4. If I'm being totally honest, the highlighter category of my collection is one that gives me anxiety. This is the individual highlighters, not including when I get to the palettes, and I definitely have too many. I should really try and focus on panning a few of these items, particularly some of these liquid items. I am obviously focusing on this one, and I'm getting to the point where I'm hate panning it. I'm really not liking the benefit that's up. I'm not liking how it sits on my skin. And yeah, I don't know if it's just because it's getting so old now that the texture has changed, but I really don't like that product anymore. So just to sum up this category, I have 3 liquid highlighters. I actually use this Temptu one mixed in with foundation usually. This is just another mini Temptu one that I should just try and pan, as well as this Buxom one I think is almost done, or at least fairly used up. So I should just try and finish those 2. I have 4 cream highlighters. I have 6 pressed powder highlighters. So this one is the Oprah individual one that I am panning. And this is also an individual one from Cleone Cosmetics. And I actually use this one kind of more as an eyeshadow usually, but I do interchangeably use it as eyeshadow or highlighter. And I have 1 loose powder highlighter, which is actually really quite pretty. I do quite like this one from Artist Couture. So in total of individual highlighters, I have 13. For the most part, I feel like I have a good handle on individual blushes, but if I include when I get to the blush palettes, that's where things go a little bit sideways. So I have 4 powder blushes. I count this as 1 because I basically just use both colors together, and then 3 cream blushes, and I'm panning this one. It's almost done, and I'm going to pan this one. So I should be down to 1 cream blush, at least from this set, by the end of this year. So in total, I have 7 individual blush items. For individual bronzers, I feel like clearly I have very good control over the individual bronzers. Again, things change once I get into the face palette section, but for individual bronzers, all 3 of these I have pan on them, and all 3 of these are in my project pan. I am really trying to specifically move these 2 out this year, so hopefully these 2 will be on. There are other bronzers out there that I would like to try, but at this point, yeah, I'm just really strongly focusing on trying to finish up the ones that I have currently. So for this category, I have 3 pressed powder bronzers. This is my liquid eyeliner inventory, and honestly, with this category, I really just don't know when to quit some eyeliners. I need to let go of maybe 3 of these, and I just can't quite let go of them yet. So I probably should use them, focus on using them more than my brand new shiny one. The brand new shiny one is the shiny one. It's the Fenty one in the middle, which I love. The Epic ink liner, like these still have juice in them. The Galactic one and the e.l.f. one I kind of have to work for. The e.l.f. one has never been very black. It's one of those ones that you kind of have to like build up and build up and build up. or just use over, like sometimes I just like to use this over a pencil liner. The Epic ink liner has a lot of juice left, but the brush tip is sort of like falling apart, so I don't know, maybe I should just let it go. This is the only colored, actually I guess I have two colored liquid liners. This one is like the only color one, and this is a green one I bought for, I think, a Halloween look, so I've only used this a handful of times. I have used it outside of that. I had to get rid of another one actually going through this inventory because it was completely dried out. And then these two, I kind of keep forgetting I have these two. These were from that Color Workshop, and I did like them when I tested them out. Particularly, it was nice to have this brown liquid eyeliner, so I definitely want to give that one a bit more of a place. So in this category, I have 7 liquid liners. Brow products are a real mishmash for me. It's a little bit all over the place, and actually I have more brow products than I thought I did, to be honest. Some of these are brand new, and some are definitely like on their way out. Specifically, this is the L'Oreal. I don't know what it's called because there's no writing on it, but I'm really just trying to finish this up. So this is probably going to be gone by the end of this month, if not the end of next month. And this is the new Anastasia dip brow gel that I bought, and the new pencil brow blade from Urban Decay, which I haven't really played with a whole lot. This is also brand new to me. I haven't obviously even taken it out of the package yet. This is something I really don't use that often, so I'm not sure what to do with it. It's the, sorry, I'm just moving it so you can see it in the light. It's the Brow Gel. It's powders. So if I sort of sum up this category, I have 4 eyebrow mascaras. Is that what you call these? Eyebrow gel, yeah. Okay. This is also a really strange product that I bought, I think at like Winners. It's got a eyebrow gel on one side, like the mascara, and then it's got a pencil or a marker on the other side. It was fun to play with. I should play with it a bit more. It still has some life left in it, but it definitely is not the right shade for my hair color anymore. It's just pretty light, so I'll have to maybe mix it with some other products. 4 brow gel mascaras. I have 1 brow tint, I guess. I have 4 brow pencils. I have 1, I think this actually has 3 powders in it, so 3 brow powders, and then 2 brow gels or pomades. So I have 14 brow products if I count each little brow powder individually. Hi, my name is Anne, and I have a pencil eyeliner addiction. You know what though? I am not ashamed of this. I really do like all of these. Yes, should I pare this down? There's definitely overlap in some colors, and I don't need all of these. They're not all individually unique, but I like eyeliners. I'm not going to deny it. I've tried to organize these by color, so these are the only black ones I have. I have 4 black ones. I have 3 gray, about 1, 2, 3, 4 brown. This is like a weird different color. And then I have, about 4 bronzy ones. Then I have way too many blue ones. This is an issue. I need to pare this down. I think I have 5 blue ones, 4 purple, 1 green one, and then 3 light ones. 2 are white and 1 is like a nude color. And then these are backups of these 3 mini ones right here. I have Rockstar Smoke, and then I bought Bourbon to back up Demolition. So yeah, this is a lot. Let's just count them all up. I have 29 pencil eyeliners. Technically this is not a pencil, and neither are the Marc Jacob ones, but they're not liquid, so that's why they're in this category. Okay guys, what the heck is going on here? Why do I have so many open mascaras? This is why I'm doing this, because I discovered mascaras that I didn't realize I still had or that were open. So I need to deal with this situation a little bit. So these 2 are new for me. These are the ones that came in the Sephora goodie bag from the March Rouge event that they had. I'm going to be opening one of these for when I go on vacation, because I just want to take a mini with me, and I'm pretty sure this mini is too old, so For these mascaras, the newest ones that I have open are the Lash Paradise, the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and the Too Faced one. These Essence ones, this is where I have an issue. I don't know when to quit mascara. So for my whole life, I know people say like, oh, you gotta finish a mascara in 3 months and don't use it longer than that. Well, I'm 38. I have been using mascara since I was about 16. So I have never adhered to that rule and I've never had an issue. So I'm gonna try and use some of these mascaras. I think this one I might let go. I really don't like it, but I want to try and at least use these two a few more times, and I need to give this one a go to see if there is any juice left in it, as well as this one. If not, I'm going to rebuy any one of these. I really like this one. It's a blue mascara. It's got a blue tint to it. Actually, I'm not even sure if it still exists, so I might be sadly disappointed. I might have to look for another mascara. It just has a hint of blue to it, so it's not like bright blue. It's more of like a navy blue, and it's really nice to just use a little bit of this in conjunction with another mascara just to give a hint of color. I do have blue eyes, so I think it does look nice with blue eyes. In total, I have 10 mascaras, 3 of which are minis, and a number of these need to get moving along as a collection, but this is a category that, while I'm not concerned about, things moving in and out of this, I definitely clearly have an issue of opening too many mascaras at a time.